Hi, everyone. My name is Karin Bauren, and you probably heard that also in the first instruction video. And in this instruction video, I'm going to show you how to use the Peppi study guide. And the Peppi study guide is a website where you can find the structure of our own degree program, so of software engineering and information systems, but where you can also find the degree program structure of all other programs, study programs in the University of Oulu, where you can find information about potential optional courses that you can take in your studies, and where you can find the exact schedules, timing within the year, and then when actual teaching events in a course are taking place. So this Peppi study guide is a really important tool in your studies and something that you will have to use already from the very beginning, for example, when searching for optional studies. But I will in this video show you now how to use this Peppi study guide, how to find our own degree program, what the structure of our degree program looks like, and then exactly how to find information about the specific courses of our program. I'm going to share my screen, and I hope I will be sharing then the correct screen. So the Peppi study guide can be found under the address opas.peppi.oulu.fi. And when you go there, the first thing you should do is change the language to English. It is in Finnish usually by default. You'd click first on English. The other thing that's currently by default is that it shows the study guide for the year 2021-2022. So you need to change that. You need to navigate with this arrow to study year 2023-2024. And how you can find our own study program is by going to master's programs, 2 years. And there you need to first select the faculty that you're studying in. And the faculty you're studying in is called Faculty of Information Technology and Electrical Engineering. So you click this Faculty of Information Technology and Electrical Engineering. And here you can see all the master programs that are offered by our faculty. And among those is Software Engineering and Information Systems. And this is the study program that you are studying in. So when you click here, you have to click yet another time on this study program selected. And what you will find then is all the courses that we offer or that are part of our study program. And the initial structure when you open this site is first of all, it separates between common studies. These that are listed here under common studies, and those are courses and studies that all of you have to take. The only exception are the 2 Finnish courses. So if your native language is Finnish, then you do not take those 2 courses, but instead take 1 additional optional course. But otherwise, so all the courses practically in common studies are mandatory for everyone in our study program. Then the next part of our study program are orientation studies. So there are 2 orientations that you can choose from. The one is software engineering and the other one is information systems. And in order to graduate from our program, you need to have one of those 2 orientations completed in full. That means in order to be able to graduate, you need to have either all 6 courses from the software engineering orientation or all 6 courses from the information systems orientation completed. And in addition, you need to complete one kind, what we call specialization studies. And this is separate, or this is arranged. So we have 3 different specializations. software engineering specialization, human-centered design and user experience specialization, and persuasive design and gamification specialization. And in order to be able to graduate, you need to have one of those specializations completed in full. So either both courses from the software engineering specialization or both courses from human-centered design and user experience specialization, or all three courses from persuasive design and gamification specialization, but all together, so each specialization is 10 credits, even though in persuasive design and gamification specializations, it's one course, or there are two smaller courses instead of one bigger 5-credit course. And then in the studies, you have in your degree program, you also have to complete optional studies. And now when you look at this study guide, you can see a list of different kinds of optional studies listed, but those are not the optional studies that you will most likely take. Those are just examples of specific types of optional studies or things that you can get credits for. For example, work experience in ICT responsibilities. If you're working, or if you have been working for a specific amount of time, a specific amount of months in an ICT position in an organization earlier, you can get credits for that experience, for example. Or if you have conducted studies earlier, either from our own study program that are not included in your earlier degree, or studies in other Finnish universities, or studies in other universities elsewhere that are not included in the degree with which you applied for our studies, you can apply for having those studies then included as optional studies in your degree. But this is how the kind of the structure of our degree program looks like. There are some courses mandatory for all, some courses where you, or some options where you have to choose one orientation and at least one specialization, and then different kinds of optional studies. And another maybe important thing is that when you choose the orientation, you might not yet know in the very beginning when starting your studies whether you actually would like to complete the software engineering orientation or the information systems orientation. And in that case, I strongly recommend that you take actually courses from both orientations. The first course is from both orientations because it will give you the possibility to still after Christmas practically still decide which is the orientation that you actually take. So for example, if you take the software engineering orientation but are also interested in information systems, or the other way around, you can take courses from the other orientation which then show up as optional studies in your course. So then you have already optional courses that you would could include in your degree. But now, so what you see here when navigating to this page is just what courses are there in the degree program. But it doesn't yet tell you when those courses are held, or whether you should take them during your first or your second study year. And you can make this information visible with those blue buttons. So when you click on show timing as academic years and then switch to select show timing as periods, first of all, layout changes and you get a list of different periods: first, second, third, fourth, and fifth period. You can also choose whether to show the information of the first or the second study year, but for that you first need to select the orientation. So if you select the orientation, let's say information systems, and first study year, it shows you what kind of courses are scheduled and when during the first study year. So what you can see here is, for example, that preparatory course for Master of Science Studies and Survival Finnish, which is, well, this one is mandatory for all, and Survival Finnish is mandatory for Finnish for foreign students who are not having Finnish as mother tongue. Those are held in the first period. Then beginners Finnish course is held in the second period. Research methods is held in the third and fourth period. But this means that the course takes 2 periods. It doesn't mean that it is arranged once in the 3rd and once in the 4th period. In general, our courses are only arranged 1 time a year. And now this is important because if you miss a course that you should complete during your first study year, it increases right away the kind of the workload in the 2nd study year, because you need to take it then in the 2nd study year. Or if you completely miss a course or don't pass, you need to wait usually a year until you can take it the next time. So you need to make sure that you pass the courses when they are held kind of the first time in your study program. The first period it starts beginning of September or even end of August, depends a little bit on the year, and goes until the end of September. Then the 2nd study period is usually held November, December. 3rd study period January to maybe mid of March, and 4th period then from mid of March until mid of May approximately. And the 5th period is for summer studies. That are some summer studies are offered or sometimes are offered in different degree programs. So now you know how to see which courses or how to make visible information in which study period a course is held and in which year you are recommended to take that course. So what we can see here is we selected for information systems the information for the study period and timing. So we can see here now that digitalization and innovation is in the 1st period, servitization, co-creation, and business development in the 2nd period, and so on. If we switch the orientation to software engineering, then it shows us the timing of the courses for software engineering, but not anymore for information systems. But you can easily switch between those two. What you do not yet see here is when are the courses practically held? When are teaching events? Are there any teaching events or not? And this is something that you can look up by clicking or selecting the specific course. And I will now take as an example a course that I myself am responsible for in the information systems orientation. So let's pick servitization, co-creation, and business development course. Whenever you click a course, it will open the course information page. And on that page, there's a lot of useful information. First of all, you have information about the learning outcomes of the course, the study methods, different kind of further information. So for example, in this course, it's important that students are actually enrolled well in advance of the course and that they actually start to actively participate right in the beginning. It tells the Peppi page of specific courses tells something about which different study programs the course is part of. So you can see it is also part of software engineering and information systems. It gives information about the course content, teaching methods, learning materials, qualifications, and that's important to look, especially when searching for optional study, because qualifications gives information whether there are, for example, certain mandatory or recommended prerequisites. Some courses have mandatory prerequisites, which means you can only participate in that course if you already have completed a specific or several specific other courses. So this is important to check. It also gives information about the assessment scale. Some courses are evaluated as pass-fail. Some courses are evaluated as 1 to 5. What is the teaching language of the course, what level of studies it is at, and then important, the person in charge. Why this is important? Because whenever you have a question about a specific course, then you need to contact the responsible teacher of the course. So for example, I as the tutor teacher, I do not have any information whatsoever about a specific course. I only know the courses that I'm teaching myself, but for other courses, I have absolutely no information. So you need to always contact the responsible teacher of the course if you have questions that are somehow specific to or related to a specific course. And the email address is for personnel of University of always first name dot last name at oulu.fi. So when you know who is the person in charge, you know who to send an email to and what their email address is. Okay, so this is information you find about each of the courses when you go to the specific course page. But still, we don't know when are teaching events, or when would you have, when are exercise groups, or are there exercises held? Are there lectures or not? Some courses are taught all completely online. There is nothing on campus. Some courses are held without any exercises in full online study mode. Some have exercises on campus or on Zoom. So how do you find out when the courses are actually held? When do you need to be at the university? And this is something you can find here in a completely unintuitive way, because you need to click on this blue box. Here it tells you the course is held between 30th of October until 31st of December. But when you click here, then it gives you all kind of additional information. It gives you information of the teachers, but it also gives you information about the teaching groups. And those, for some reason, are often in Finnish. So luento means lecture and harjoitusryhmä, it means exercise group. When you click here, it tells you the place and time. So this teaching event lecture is Monday, 30th of October, 15 to 16 in room L7. Exercise group 1, harjoitusryhmä 1, is held on these times, all of these times in this specific room. So when we look here, you can see there are different exercise groups. Some are held on campus, some are held on Zoom, and this also includes a possibility for self-study, meaning that you don't have to actually participate on campus. And why you need to know that is when you start to enroll to courses in the other Peppi, then you will need to know which exercise group to participate in, or you want to enroll to. And in this Peppi, in Peppi's study guide or student study guide, you can find this exact schedule information so that you can build your own schedule and check whether you actually have time to participate in, for example, mandatory teaching events. Okay, so I think that should cover it. As this is how you find our study program. This is how you find the structure of our study program, and how you find information about the timing and schedule of specific courses. I hope this helps you, and let's see when I stop sharing. I hope this helps you, and until the next video. Bye.